Peace. I am Cherokee with Tell 'em Tribe Tarot, and I am coming to you with our weekly live reading for all signs. Our weekly live general readings for all signs. Tonight we're asking our spirit guides, how am I preventing myself from happiness? I thought this would be a very important question to ask because a lot of times we may find ourselves in beautiful situations, but you may feel like something is missing, or you may feel as though your life is insignificant, or you're doing great things, but you just can't enjoy it. A lot of mental illness affects our community and people in general. Rest in peace to DJ Twitch as well. You know, happiness is an inside job, and happiness is important. I know the song Money, Power, Respect is the key to life, but actually you can have money, power, and respect, and if you're unhappy, you won't be able to enjoy it. So tonight we're asking, how am I preventing myself from happiness? So Gemini, how are you preventing yourself from happiness? If it's your sign and it's not resonating, that means that the message is not for you. Take what resonates and leave behind what does not. Or you can book a personal reading at www.tellemtribetarot.com, which is my website. All right, so Gemini, strength. We get the strength card. And then we have the 10 of Wands. So for this particular Gemini, you may feel that you always have to carry the blunt of your relationships or of your world. Maybe you feel as though no one can understand you, no matter how much you explain yourself, and you have to be your own strength, and you overthink yourself into a frenzy and trying to figure out maybe what's wrong with you, or why are you always so misunderstood. And I feel like you have a tendency to bring yourself down to a low vibrational frequency because you may want to portray one thing, or you feel one thing, but you portray something else. So this is an energy of someone who makes a statement like, I don't really care to be understood by others. So you put out that energy, but deep down inside you do care. So you prevent or block your happiness by blocking your true self. Maybe leaving a wall up a little longer than you're supposed to, not giving anyone a fair shot at understanding you. You're so strong. You're strong for everyone else. But when it's time to be strong for you, you break down in the shadows. So to prevent blocking your happiness, it's now time to say what you're truly feeling, as opposed to stifling it and just hoping it will solve itself. It's putting the bottom line on top. It's expressing how you truly feel. You've never been one, Gemini, to not show your emotions, but you don't show your emotions to everyone. You're one who feels that everyone doesn't deserve to see your emotions. But what you will quickly realize is that when you put out your true, authentic self the entire time, you'll realize that the people that deserve your energy and can appreciate your energy, you'll feel that and they'll reciprocate that. And then you'll understand why it was important to be so open and vulnerable from the get-go. You have a tendency with the 10 of Wands energy to try to just hold, to manage everything on your own. And you don't have to. You just have to open up and be more transparent, be more open, and be honest about the things that you feel. And then people will be more compelled to be to express just the same. Remember, what we project is what is reflected back at us. So keep that in mind, Gemini. I do hope that resonates with someone. And I hope that you choose happiness today, because that's what it's all about. Next up is going to be Aquarius. So how is the Aquarius preventing themselves from happiness? So Aquarius, the 8 of Cups. That's the first card. And then the second card for you is the Ten of Pentacles in reverse. So Aquarius, for this energy that I'm feeling, you are not balanced. So you may want, or you may be tying your happiness to materialistic things. You tie your happiness to your circumstances. And that's why when the circumstances don't work out, you are left to feel alone and you feel destitute. You feel as though you can't really keep your head above the water, as if the world is caving in, when in actuality, it's just your mind and what you're tying your happiness to. So you're preventing yourself from happiness by tying your emotions to things. So the minute that you disconnect from those things and realize that all you have to do is choose, I think like the overall energy is just to choose happiness. And it's easier said than done, because a lot of people use things as happiness. Like, oh my gosh, I got 10 bands, I'm happy. Oh my God, I got a car now, I'm not walking anymore, I'm happy. But if you lose that car tomorrow, you're back to where you started and you're unhappy. So that's the energy that I feel with you, Aquarius, is that if you realize and recognize that your peace and your happiness has to be cultivated by you and not the things that you're missing, you'll realize that you have everything that you need, and you'll attract the things that you want, and that will add to your happiness in the long run. I feel like also some of you are tying your happiness to people. So maybe someone may have recently walked away from you. Like people walk away all the time, B. Like nobody is indebted to anyone. At any given moment, your experience can change. Now, are you going to bet your happiness on that when that's something that is not promised and something that is not set in stone? Some people do. You have, and that's why you're here. However, once you bet your happiness on you and the stance of your heart and not the things around you and the people around you, you will no longer block your happiness. So I hope that resonates with someone. I know what it's like to tie your happiness to the wrong things, because everyone is not very versed on how to grow in that way and how to separate the two. But I think that kind of thing changes with experience. And with experience, wisdom grows. And with practice, you become wiser. So it's just something that requires a little bit of practice, Aquarius. It's so easy, a caveman can do it. I know I got that from a commercial. All right, Libra. An old ass commercial at that. So we're going to ask our spirit guides for Libra. How is Libra blocking their happiness? How is Libra preventing? I always change the question up, but it means the same thing. How is Libra preventing themselves from being happy? It's like the same question. How is Libra preventing themselves from happiness? I think it says preventing themselves from being happy. It's just easier to say. All right, so how is Libra preventing themselves from being happy? All right, so Libra. All right, so the Four of Wands in reverse. All right. And the Six of Wands. So you want someone to celebrate with. I feel like you have the same issue or the same dilemma as Aquarius, tying your happiness to people. So the minute that you realize, oh my God, I'm getting farther and farther away from my goal, I cannot be happy, or I can't be happy for long. It is not recommended by your spirit guides to tie your happiness to things, to people, to things that are tangible, things that can change at any given moment. It's okay to observe and to understand that, you know what, this may not work in my favor. And that's completely okay, because I control my destiny. I am an advocate of free will. Every single decision that I make is going to light the path for what I'm going to be doing next. So as for you, Libra, I feel like your happiness is your family. Your happiness is the people that are in your life. And when they're not happy, it tears you apart. And that makes you a genuinely beautiful person because you care about the emotions of others. But what you have to realize is that you cannot please everyone. Yes, keep on celebrating those wins. But now also when things aren't going as planned, now it's time for you to become more intuitive and look within to see how you can do things to make things better. And if you have no control over a situation, just be communicative about it. I think you prevent yourself from feeling happy by holding on to the losses, by repeating them in your mind constantly, like a reel that of you just constantly losing and losing. And that's a special hell for yourself. And it's not fair because life, you're not going to win every single battle, but how you recover is what matters. So cut yourself some slack. I don't think you cut yourself enough slack, Libra, whenever you disappoint the people that you love. And that's why you block your own happiness, because you're not, yes, your people may see you as Superwoman or Superman, but you're still human. You're still a spiritual being living this human experience, and you cannot do it all. And you have to accept that. All right. So what is hindering Pisces from being happy? Or see, I changed the question again. How, that's why I have to write it down. How is Pisces, how is Pisces preventing themselves from being happy? How is the Pisces preventing themselves from being happy? All right, let's see. Oh, that card got left, so let's see what this is. Okay, we have the Judgment card. Boom. So it's a pretty big deal. This is something that this particular Pisces may have been struggling with for a while. Oh, then we got the Four of Wands card. Again, you saw me shuffle this deck several times, but now it's in the upright position. It was in the reverse for Libra. So, Pisces, I feel as though you are not allowing yourself the opportunity to change. Like, I feel like you're going through a cycle where you're constantly experiencing the same things over and over again because you're not doing the legwork that it takes for real change to occur. Not because you don't know better, but because you're accustomed to it. So I feel like you're a slave to your habits. You have a process and it works for you. But the problem is that life is all about growth. Life is all about experiencing things and being inspired to go to another level. And while you are moving through these levels, you're moving through these levels as the same person. For this particular Pisces, again, if you're a Pisces and you're watching this shit and it's not resonating with you, that means that the message is not for you. Book a personal reading and ask your specific questions. So to the Pisces that I'm speaking to, or you have Pisces in your chart and this is resonating, or you're cross-watching on behalf of a Pisces, I feel as though you've been in the same cycle for quite some time. I feel like someone is like looking from the outside into their own life. I feel like someone is stuck in a cycle of like a family life, or in a relationship. It could be a relationship with yourself that's toxic. And we do have those toxic relationships with ourselves where we don't set boundaries with other people. So people keep trampling your feelings, or people are going to trample your boundaries if you don't set them. Point blank, period. It's just like saying, I don't like secondhand smoke. And then someone sparks up a cigarette next to you, and all you do is move to the side and you keep fanning, you're coughing, you're sneezing, and you're choking. They're not moving because clearly they don't give a fuck. They just want to pull off their cigarette. And you over here getting pneumonia or whatever the fuck, secondhand smoke, cancer, all that. And all you could simply say is, I don't want you to smoke next to me. And this is not even the smoking section. So I set that example to say that you don't set clear boundaries with people. And I'm not just talking about cigarettes. I'm just talking about in life in general. You have people around you that expect you to do things for them. And you've been doing things this way for quite some time. And you're tired and you're unhappy because you don't want to disappoint. I feel like I said this already. Feel like we're in the twilight zone. You're in this cycle where it's your judgment call. It's like, it's time for you to drop the filter. It's time for you to really grab the reins on yourself and figure out why is it that you don't feel confident enough to speak your piece, and why is it that you're afraid to upset the status quo of your life. Like, the people around you, if you can't be honest with them, that means that they're not the people that should be around you. Or maybe you're just not being honest enough with yourself to be honest with the people around you. It's like your life is like in turmoil because you're not speaking up. You're not speaking from a place of true honesty. You're not saying enough. So you might not be lying. You just may not be saying too much because you don't want to break anything. It's like going to a museum and you're just like walking on eggshells through your own life. Not being your most true, authentic self. It's a special hell inside to keep the true, real you inside and have people treat you based on what you're giving them. And they don't even know the real you. So I hope that resonates with someone, where you would take the necessary steps to clear your energy and clear the people around you and be honest with the people around you. And most importantly, be honest with yourself so that you can make the adjustments in your life so that you can start to truly be happy in your relationships. If you don't want to be in a relationship with no more, say that. Stop waking up every single morning and being all happy and the sun is out and the birds are chirping and there's butterflies and that judgment card. That means that it's time for a major change. It's time for you to look within to see why it is that you're being so accepting of things that you do not like. How is Cancer preventing themselves from being happy? Nope. Oh, there we go. We got a flyer. So the 9 of Cups. All right, the 9 of Cups. So you feel like you have accomplished everything that you needed to accomplish. So this is coming from a Cancer that may have a bit of an ego complex. I'm just going to cut this deck one good time and see what it is. Okay, so we got the Hanged One in the upright position. Oh no, it's reversed. You may feel as though, I feel like you've been holding yourself back. And I say this because this is an energy of someone who's very accomplished, someone who has their shit together. No one can correct them, so to speak. Like, you are so in tune with yourself and you've done so much great emotional work. You've gotten to this place of emotional mastery that no one can really knock you off of your pivot, Cancer. But the trick is that sometimes we have impossible standards. We have standards that are so impossible that no one can meet them. And then you sit and you wonder, why can't I find someone? Or what is it that I'm missing? Why people don't really like being around me that often? You're just blocking yourself from having genuine connections, or just genuine connections with people sometimes because of your mindset when it comes to your standard. I feel like this is someone who may start a conversation with, what do you do? You know what I mean? Like, as opposed to, hi, how are you? I'm so-and-so. You know, I love long walks at the beach. I think your guides are challenging you to come into a new perspective, Cancer, to kind of put your credentials in the back and really give people a chance to know you beyond your credentials. I think you have so much to offer. I feel like you have a heart of gold. I feel like you've been hurt. This particular energy, I feel like it's really sheltered. It's really like a hermit crab. You only come out for food and then you go back in. You know what I mean? I feel like this particular Cancer just wants to you want to protect your assets. And your emotions are your assets. Your things are your assets. So it's not just about things. You just have work. You've just worked so hard for the things that you have. And you've worked so hard to get to this place mentally. And you're not taking anyone's shit. So you have your head held so high that you've been blocking everything. Good, bad, ugly, fucked up, don't give a damn. And that is very dangerous, because then you will ostracize yourself, and you don't want to do that. Life is about you know, cohabitating, being around people, meeting people, accepting people for who they are, being in this melting pot and this abyss of differences, and just learning people. And that's how you will find your true happiness, by genuinely connecting with people and meeting them at the level that they are, and deciding from that point, as opposed to where they are in life, what credentials they have and shit like that. So don't block your happiness by having your standards so high that no one can really meet them or even have a conversation with you at the bar or over coffee or whatever the case may be. Scorpio, how are you preventing yourself from experiencing happiness? All right. Oh, so we have the Death card in reverse. And then we have the Ace of Pentacles in the upright position. Look at that beautiful card. So your spirit guides are saying that you may have a situation at hand for this particular Scorpio that you are holding on to. And it's so interesting because you are, the energy that I feel is someone that is tenured in life. And I like to say tenured in life like you're older. You know what I'm saying? Like you know things, like you're a humble being and you know things. And I feel like this is also an empath as well. And the situations that you're involved yourself with, it's just beyond you. Like you're trying to hold things together that just shouldn't be held together anymore. Just because you can see the good in people and the good in the situation, whether it's an intimate relationship or it's a platonic relationship or it's a business relationship, when something is done, it's just done. If we keep people or situations in our lives for far too longer than they're supposed to, because I believe everything is seasonal, and I believe that our nature shows us that. We have 4 seasons and they have to change. That's just the circle of life. So people will come and go, situations will come and go, but when we try to hold on to them for longer than we're supposed to, that's when we start to see issues. And I feel like you may have a tendency, Scorpio, to hold on to people or situations a little longer than you're supposed to. And then the opportunities that are supposed to come to you. And this is more someone that, like, this is like a career reading, I feel like. This is more like your business relationships. But you're so passionate about the things that you do and you want to see people win around you, Scorpio, that you may hold on to things and you try to nurture situations. You try to mentor. This is someone who maybe mentors people or take people under their wing to show them how to get money the way that they do. But then they always get burned in these situations. And you may find yourself asking like, yo, how the hell do I keep making the same shit, experiencing the same thing over and over again? And it's just because you don't know when to say no, or you don't know when to let up. There are circumstances that deserve your energy and your attention right around the corner from every single circumstance that you decide to hold on to for a second or a day or a year too long. So your spirit guides are challenging you to say no. I think that you are blocking your happiness by trying to control the narrative every single time. Knowing when to let go is very important. Knowing when to realize that your help is no longer needed is very important. So I feel like you're overall just a happy-go-lucky person anyway. But as of lately, you may have been just holding on to things for too long. And you just need to know when to let go and not feel remorseful about it. I'm a Scorpio and you just read me to a T. Damn, that's crazy. Well, I'm hoping that it resonated with you in a way that it will be conducive to better living, because knowing when to let go is very important in every aspect of life. And sometimes we have to learn that lesson a ton of times, because every situation is different. But you don't really know until in hindsight that, oh shit, it was kind of like the same lesson, but it wasn't the same people involved, but it's kind of like the same kind of lesson. And it's like, damn, life is so tricky. Taurus. So how is Taurus preventing themselves from happiness? All right, Taurus. So we have the 4 of Pentacles, and the 4 of Pentacles is in the reverse. And then we also have, oh shit. Then we have the 5 of Swords. We have the 5 of Swords. Let me look at this for a second and see what's going on. So I feel like you've been on the receiving end, Taurus, of miscommunication or just bad juju or something. I feel like someone feels like they've been spelled. Like, why is it that these communication errors are constantly happening when it comes to me and my potential or me and my money? I feel like this is a person that has trust issues. So you have been in this energy, Taurus, of just being skeptical about everything around you. I would have to pull more cards to understand why you feel so misled and so misunderstood. But I feel like maybe in the recent past, someone may have lied to you, or you've been in like a situation where you had to like nick and pick and go digging for things to find things. And now like you just look at people differently. Maybe this is someone that really had a close knit friendship with, Taurus, or someone that you had a close knit, just a close connection with, and they got your timing wrong. Like they just didn't move properly. And ever since that experience, you don't put shit past anybody. You just feel like people just always have an ulterior motive. And your spirit guides are telling you, hey, look, sometimes you have to withdraw yourself and you have to pull back and figure out, okay, why am I using this one situation to judge everything when everyone is not the same? You're blocking your happiness by creating scenarios in your head that's not there. If you are not understanding something, communicate. Communicate. Everyone is not this Five of Swords energy. Everyone is not out to get you. And why is it that you don't trust yourself enough to be open with people, to give them an opportunity to show them who you are? There's something within you that you're not expressing either. People may be feeling like they don't trust you either because of how you're moving. It does feel like a paranoid energy, like someone is straight paranoid. Like you may be on meds. You may be on some kind of meds to like slow, I don't know, they give gummies to kids like melatonin when they be too hype. Nah, that's not the meds that you taking. It's something else. Like bipolar disorder, but that's not even what's causing you to feel this way. Something actually happened to you and you're using this to judge every scenario, and you honestly, you're really making life more difficult than it is by doing that. So I feel like you would benefit from journaling. I feel like you would benefit from meditation. I feel like you will benefit from being out in nature, like literally putting your bare feet in grass, walking around without a cell phone. So put it on airplane mode or leave it in the whip and walk around and literally just have an honest conversation with yourself and release anything from the past that you're walking around with, because it is fucking up your relationships. You are blocking your own ability to connect with people. And this is something that you do really well because of a situation that really tainted the way how it just tainted your outlook on people. Oh, that was heavy. That was heavy as fuck. All right. Taurus, I'm sorry. Shit, everybody don't handle those type of traumas really well. It's a trauma. I don't like the way how I wrote that question. Because every time I say it, it just sounds weird. How is Virgo preventing themselves from happiness? What are you doing, Virgo? What are you doing? All right, so Queen of Pentacles. So you're not setting clear goals, or you may feel disconnected from your you may feel that the things that you're doing is like the investments that you're making is not working, or maybe someone that you've partnered with is not doing their part in some kind of investment. Damn. And the King of Swords. And you're being very vocal about it. I don't think this is necessarily saying that you're not happy. I think you're completely fine. I think you're not happy with this situation. I feel like you're vibrating on a lower frequency because of this person. I feel like they may have given you the impression that maybe they said that they had the credentials and you hired them under those circumstances. And then after the fact, like they're there and they're not doing what you hired them to do. And it's causing a rift in your friendship, and it's causing like a rift in your business. So your spirit guides are challenging you to do your job. I mean, that's what part of a boss is. It's just communicating what's happening. Like, I'm not happy with the way how you're working. It's causing a rift in our business. It's causing a rift in our friendship. Here's your last check. You have to go. You know, and it hasn't even been like that long. I feel like this is something that started like in about probably a couple weeks ago. It might have been a couple months ago, but it's no longer than 90 days ago. And it's just not working. Like, just communicate that. And I think this is something that you think about on a regular. But you just haven't really been addressing it because you knew that they hit hard times and you wanted to help this person out. But in general, I feel like if you block your happiness by not being completely straightforward about things that are bothering you when you try to help people. It's like you help people and then it doesn't work out, and then you kind of let things kind of linger for too long, and then you end up having to cut things off like with a sharp tongue, like, I shouldn't have helped your ass anyway. You know, that's it's kind of like the approach. Like, you know, I shouldn't have helped your raggedy ass anyway. But you always somehow recover it and still manage to save the friendship or the relationship, because that's what you have, a gift of gab. So your spirit guides are challenging you to act when it matters. Act now. Don't let this fester and let this turn into an unnecessary argument. I'm pretty sure whomever will understand and take this as a lesson going forward in any circumstance when you're helping people. You know, helping people is okay, but at the expense of your sanity, it is not. So take what resonates and leave behind what does not. But I know that scenario all too well. When you've been doing something well and somebody seeing you getting it and they want to be a part of it too. Oh, friend, I want to support you. Give me a job. Da-da-da-da-da. And then you help them out and then they come and they start fucking shit up. Like, no, you got to go. Like, you got to go. We could still be cool. We can have drinks afterwards. Here's the last check, but you got to go. So just work on being more honest. I don't think it's not honesty. It's just being more direct. Don't beat around the bush when it comes, especially when it comes to your money. Don't beat around the bush. Be straight the hell up. Period. All right, Capricorn. Ooh, that's uncomfortable. I'll be damned if I'll be uncomfortable in my own damn space. Like, the hell? Capricorn. How is Capricorn preventing their happiness? Let's see. Oh, there we go. All right, so we got the King of Wands in reverse. So you may be feeling out of tune with your responsibilities. You may be feeling like you got too much on your plate, or you just not calling the right shots. Yeah, so you're working on something that's beyond you, something that's bigger than you. You're working on the bigger picture, Capricorn. And right now you're just in an energy of trying to figure out, how is it that I can accomplish my goals and keep a level head, because your goals really scare the shit out of you, which is a good sign. I feel like your wish fulfillment is happening. You going through this season of not knowing what your next move should be. It's coming to an end. So I feel like you may be standing in the way of your happiness because you are just not looking at the complete picture. You can't hold on to one simple situation and call it quits just because that little situation is not going well. You know, don't be so quick to just walk away just because you had a little argument. Hash that shit out. Weigh the pros and the cons. So with you, Capricorn, you are preventing yourself from happiness by not weighing the pros and cons of a situation before walking away. Sagittarius. How are you preventing yourself from happiness? All right, so the Emperor. So you're a bossy energy. Certainly bossy. Someone who knows what they want out of life. Somebody who calls the shots. Somebody who's used to being in charge. And then the Six of Cups. So let's see what's going on with you, Sagittarius. How are you preventing yourself from happiness? So I see someone that may be holding on to, I feel like you're coarse, like you're a little bit more coarse based on a rough upbringing. Maybe you have a parental figure that's a Pisces, a Cancer, or a Scorpio. I feel like the person who raised you, they had your best interest at heart. and they wanted to give you a life better than the life that they had. A lot of times that's what parents like to do when they have children, and they want the best for them, and they want to give them everything that they didn't have. And sometimes that can work for the child, and other times it can work against the child and create a sense of resentment in the child because they're wanting to give their dreams or accomplish their dreams vicariously through the child. And I feel like this is the situation in your scenario, Sagittarius, where you took on this life, you're living this boss ass life right now, or you're just really handling things right now, and you're like a no nonsense type of person. But sometimes you just are so, like, you don't really be trying to hear anything too much when it comes to feelings and emotions and none of that. You're not trying to stick around to hear none of that. When you see people getting too emotional, you ain't really trying to be involved with that. And I feel like the disconnect with the relationship that you had with this particular parent, I don't know if it's a mommy issue situation or a daddy issue situation, but it causes you to be a bit callous in your relationships. And this is for someone in their relationships with their significant other. So you may find that you have your significant other telling you in your relationship that they feel unheard, or they feel like you don't listen to them, or they feel like that you try to solve your situations with money as opposed to having a real ass conversation that would really have both parties being heard. So I feel like you're preventing yourself from happiness by not doing your inner child work, by not doing the shadow work, by not even recognizing that you have a problem. People are placed in our lives for reasons sometimes that we don't even know until they're gone. And then you retrospectively analyze things and realize, oh shit, you know what I mean? And I don't think your guides want you to learn this lesson the hard way. So blocking your happiness by not listening, by not addressing the hurt inner child within you, I think that's how you're blocking your happiness. And that can only be handled through therapy. And therapy could be handled on your own. But if you don't even feel like you have an issue, then you're kind of like stuck in this cycle. You're going to be stuck in this cycle. So hopefully this plants a seed for you to do something about it, Sagittarius. For this particular Sagittarius that I'm speaking to. But I think everybody got mommy and daddy issues at some point. Well, not everybody. That's such a blanket theory. It's so not true. Everyone does not have mommy and daddy issues. But for the people that do, you kind of realize that shit in your relationships. When people tell you about yourself. That's how you learn that you got some shit going on. When you think your shit is just so perfect and you don't fuck up, and then somebody comes into your life, you fall head over heels for them, and they like, yo, you are fucked the hell up. Like, how is Aries blocking themselves from their happiness? You're blocking your... No, this one's easy. This is like easy as pie. You're by not prioritizing. All right, what else we got? By not prioritizing your family and your money. I feel like you just want to enjoy the benefits of what you're working towards. I feel like this Aries is like a successful person. Like, you have a lot going on. Like, you have a big family to take care of, or you're in a big family and you're being taken care of, and you've been tasked with the responsibility, of running the family business, or having a job in the family business, or whatever the case may be. And you're not even really happy because you ain't never asked for this. I just feel like you just been given this task and you don't really know how to do what you need to do, but they just somehow expect you to know how to do this shit because you've been watching your dad do it for so long. You've been watching your mama do it for so long. And they expect you to take the torch. But all you want to do is party. Like, I did not sign up for this. Like, I signed up for the money, but I ain't signed up for this. Like, why I just can't get the silver spoon like the mother folks. You actually want me to do work out here. Y'all need to delegate these responsibilities. But then I also feel like there's an energy of an Aries who just has a lot going on in their life and is not prioritizing things in a way. So you may have the funds to do everything, but like, for instance, boom, you get a new credit card. Your credit card is set up to pay like 80% of your bills. You don't update the credit card all your bills decline for the month, right? You not really paying attention because you out here just having a ball. You like, oh shit, why is my account, you know what I'm saying? Why is my lights off? Not because you don't have the money, but because you're not taking the time to prioritize your life right. And I feel like you've been on co-pilot for a hot little minute and you just want things to be shaken up a little bit, like just so you can have some excitement in your life. I feel like this is someone who feels like, yo, life is mad boring. So there's two different energies that I feel. I feel like somebody been born into a family with money and they got given this job that they do not want. And all they want to do is chill and party and bullshit with their friends. Or there's an energy of somebody who may not have been born into money, but has a really great job and is just not prioritizing correctly. You're a family-oriented person. You just need to prioritize your shit and shit will flow better. Of course, when things are all unorganized, you feel a little off balance and you may feel unhappy, but it's temporary. So get organized. That's what you need to do, Aries. Get organized. I wasn't even reading. They be beautiful women, but they be way too... Wait, who the hell are you talking about? What beautiful women? Who? Aries be assholes. Oh my God. Wow. What the hell? What do you have against Aries women? Jesus. Vacationing too much, trying to run away from family problems. Damn, that's... That sounds a little personal, doesn't it? Aries, you need to prioritize. Priorities fucking first, okay? Priorities first. And when your priorities get in order, you will be a lot happier. I am so happy that you're entertained. Oh, just warms my heart. And I think I inhaled the incense. I'm feeling a little woozy. All right, so Leo. So Ace of Wands in reverse. So someone is not feeling great. Someone is not seeing opportunities when they come. Someone is feeling like, someone is feeling uninspired. Someone is feeling uninspired. What the hell? Four of Wands is just showing up. Y'all see me shuffle this shit every single time after each sign and it's still showing up. Let me look on the bottom of the deck. Okay, so Six of Swords. I'm reading 3 cards for Leo because I keep seeing Four of Wands and I need to see something else. So you may be feeling uninspired. And I feel like you're blocking your happiness because you are not being honest with yourself about what it is that you really want. I don't really think you know what you want, which is why you have this uninspired energy. Maybe you've been trying at something for quite some time. With the Four of Wands energy, Leo, you could have been trying at a relationship for some time and it's just not working. And then the overall energy is that someone is distancing themselves to keep the peace. And it's causing you to feel some type of way. And that's why you're uninspired. The Sun card is in reverse. You got lucky, Leo. You're last. You get 4 cards. So I do feel that there is a lingering energy of someone who is uninspired and someone feels like they are down and in the dumps because someone may have distanced themselves from you, or you had to distance yourself from something that you thought was your wish fulfillment, something that was stable, something that gave your life structure. And now that it's not there, you feel as though you can't really move on to anything else. Now, your spirit guides are saying that you're preventing yourself from happiness because you tied yourself to this outcome. And you know what happens once you tie yourself to an outcome? You tied yourself to the idea that something was going to be forever. Tying yourself to an outcome is like tying yourself to an experience, and you have no idea when that experience may end because you really have no control. The only thing that you can control is your actions. Now, if someone decided that they don't want to fuck with you no more, that's not your problem. That's their problem. You had goals. You had aspirations. You had plans. You wanted to travel the world. You wanted to do everything with this person, but this is not what is happening. And that is completely fine. It's just one person, but this was your person. Really think about what it is that you let go of to be with this person. Because if someone can leave and then it takes you to a space where you're not feeling inspired anymore, it means that they had too much They had too much control in your life. You gave them too much of your power. And that's something that you don't want to do. When you get into a relationship, you don't lose your identity. And when you do, it becomes depressive, which is why the sun is in reverse. But your spirit guides are challenging you to find that person that you were before this relationship started. Your happiness is being blocked because all you can see is this person's absence. But now you need to see that you yourself are still here, and you were this bomb ass energy that attracted this person to begin with. So now it's your responsibility to center yourself right back to who the hell you were. Remember who the fuck you were. Sometimes you got to get your face grabbed and shook a little bit. Yo, remember who the hell you were before you got in this connection. This is not the connection for you right now. It may be the connection for you in the future. If you want to know if it is, time will tell. Go with the flow, not against it. Don't chase nobody. Don't chase them. If somebody want to be with you for real, they will be with you. Don't ever allow a person to put you in a situation to stick with you just because out of pity, because it's going to hurt you even more. You feeling uninspired is normal. It's human nature. Sometimes we feel uninspired, but find your inspiration by releasing what you cannot control and taking control of what you can, and recognize that you have the power to change your circumstance, and whomever wants to fuck with you will fuck with you regardless. And sometimes it's easier said than done, Leo, I know. But, and also Sagittarius, Aries, Leo energies are present. This is just a fiery reading. Gemini, Aquarius, Libra energies are here as well. But understand this. I feel like you're being challenged to feel and to understand what it's like to not have things go your way, to see if you can persevere even as things are not so great. Because when you're on a bigger platform, or when you're in, this is someone that may be in the public eye, or someone who is going to be in the public eye. Right now you're private. You have the fortunate circumstance of practicing what to do when things are not going your way privately, and how to overcome this. Which is why I feel like with the Four of Wands, you will be in the public eye, or you may have been in the public eye, or you're on the way to being in the public eye, or you're with somebody that's in the public eye, but something is crazy, but your third eye is closed, and you need to open that shit and realize your power and let this person fuck go. Because at the end of the day, you have healing to do, they have healing to do, and you're not healed, and that's why you're blocking your happiness. Isn't this an amazing way to end a reading? To read the fuck out of Leo, to help you to realize that you have power that you're not tapping into. Everyone, my name is Cherokee with Tell 'em Tribe Tarot. You can book your reading at tellemtribetarot.com. Subscribe to my YouTube channel. Hit me up on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. All the same handle. I appreciate y'all for banging through. Check me out on Sunday. I'm going to tag the person who won the one question email reading, because you're fortunate and good karma is coming your way. I got you. Love and light. Tribe.